Check 1, 2. Tell these
Take
rappers
it
I'm
again.
outside, get them start acting up. I'm turning hoes to housewives, I'm cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom bap the melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to Reset.
When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Hold on, you gotta get it on the screen real fast before I say anything, you know what I mean? Because this is exactly what it's about right here. You dig it? Live and direct on your YouTube screen. It is another episode of Knicks and Ish. Y'all already know the vibe. I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fraz Taz, here in the building, of course. I got the panel with me. We even got a special guest. Of course, you know we got Mix's Nish in the building. The first lady of Knicks and Ish is always here with us. You know what it is.
What up, cuz?
That's what I like to hear, you know. Of course, we got the one and only spark plug of the show, even though his effects ain't working. One and only T-Time in the building. Sister, she got you.
Hold it down for your boy.
Go ahead, wait, let me hear it real fast. Go ahead, let me hear it. I'm a spark plug. Yeah, there you go. That's what we're waiting for. And of course, one of our beloved special guests here at Knicks and Ish. He's appeared on a number of episodes here, and of course, we had to bring him back on again. You know, the one and only Knickerbocker Ave in the building. My guy, you already know. Ya tu sabe. Dímelo, hermano. What is the word? Talk to the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more win. And this team and this city will reach a level that we have not reached in 25 years. The Eastern Conference Finals, where we all, I think everybody on this panel, everybody on every panel, we're saying the Knicks, for this season to be successful, they have to at least make the Eastern Conference Finals. And now, once again, we're looking at this situation as Larry O'Brien is getting awfully close to us nowadays, don't she? I mean, he's getting closer, and I'm like, it smell good. Tastes good too. I can see it very clearly. I hear it coming.
Hey, yo.
Folks, one more win. But you know what? I want to start off by saying, you know, prayers to Jason Tatum, but at the same time, fuck that guy. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's okay, but at the same time, miss Wednesday's game, please.
Yo. First of all, Tatum is faking. He's faking. Listen. Chris, you got my video queued up? Yep. Let me pull it up real quick. Please, before I start talking my shit, I need to
wait. You know I gotta do something.
They like to play the hurt.
Got him!
Yeah. You seen it with the Lakers. Oh, the Luka thing? My back. No, not your back. Easy way to go out. That's how you always know. Watch all elimination games. Someone's got to go be hurt.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Thank you. And that's coming from an NBA player. That's not coming from me. Nobody touched that guy. They were down 10 in the fourth quarter. Knicks had momentum. JB was absolutely cooking. And all of a sudden, he's injured. So now, like, even at the end of the game, you hear Wemby saying, oh, yeah, the Knicks should be happy that they won, but there's a dark cloud over this situation with the no, it ain't no dark cloud. You ain't no dark cloud because you know why? Because when the Celtics won last year and Jimmy Butler was injured in the first round, and then Giannis got injured in the second round, and then Tyrese Halliburton got injured in the Eastern Conference Finals, Nobody said anything. All they did was exude, talk about the great virtues of the Boston Celtics. I don't want to hear nothing. We beat that team 3 times with Jason Tatum on the court. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear not a word about anybody and saying what if Jason Tatum was healthy. No, it would have went down the same exact way. But let's talk about our Knicks though. You know what I mean? We got to get to some shout outs because we completely skipped over that. But
That's
hold
what I
on,
was trying to
yeah,
get
yeah.
to.
Hold on. Let me get through this. We won 121, 113. JB was absolutely cooking. Yeah, I mean, Captain Clutch was doing Captain Clutch thing. Yeah, I mean, my guy Mikal Bridges, aka Mr. Fuck Those Kids. Yeah, I mean, what even makes it better is watching the Nets getting the 8th pick in the draft. Oh, today was so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Let's get 8th pick in the draft. Mikal puts up a gem in game 4. Oh, it's a beautiful day for Mikal and everybody who supports him. Yes. OG Anunoby, let's talk about it. 20 points, tough game. Cat did his thing tonight, 23 points. Everybody that we needed to step up stepped up in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? Even Deuce big 2 threes was helpful in the beginning of the game and helped stemming the tide when Boston was trying to take a commanding lead and a big run. You know what I mean? To me it was a complete team effort, especially on the defensive end. Shout out to Cat. Cat played some amazing defense today. Yeah, I mean, he was put in some very peculiar situations with having a guard, Jason Tatum, a large part of the game. But I like the effort. He was up. He was in position. You know what I mean? And he gave it his best. And that's all I can ask. You feel me? Give me your best on the defensive end. And he also forced Jason Tatum in some weird shots too, even though Jason Tatum was cooking tonight. Yeah, I mean, we did get some good defensive possessions with Cat on Tatum tonight. Listen, man, you know, he said don't count your chickens before they hatch, but I can't help it. Knicks to 5. You know what I mean? Because punk ass Jason Tatum ain't coming back for game 5. He already showed you, I can't put no pressure on it. He don't want to get packed up in Boston. And he wanna have that air of, but if I was healthy. You saw how I played in game 4, even though we were losing by 10. But if I was healthy, we could have possibly, y'all cooked. You guys are cooked. It's over. Oh, man. I'm going to land the plane there, but the Frank stand is coming out later. The Frank stand is for sure coming out later, but I'm going to land the plane. We got some time to get to some shout-outs before you.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't even get a chance to get in there yet, but let's get to him now. Jimmy J1 in the building, as always. What up, Carl? You already know what it is. Frankie Fingers in the building. Shout out my guy, as always. He already know what it is. Michael Pringle, we see you in the building.
Yeah.
Another recurring member. Who we got there? Jake, what's that? It's a new face right here. Jake, what's that? Gawk?
Welcome.
Gawk?
Yeah, welcome, my guy.
Welcome in. Welcome in. So you Harris, welcome in. Welcome in. Another new face there. And of
He
course,
been
Marley
here.
Moore. Oh, yeah, he is. You're right. He has been before.
Yeah.
But of course, Marley Moore, you already know what it is, my guy. You know what it is. Darlene,
Hey,
you don't even
darling.
gotta say nothing. What's understood don't need to be spoken on. And the Knicks fans just entered the chat. JJ Jackson in the building. We see you. Uncle Paulie, the pause police in the building. What's the word, Uncle Paulie?
Nostalgia Knicks.
Knicks was good.
Nostalgic Knicks.
Everybody. We got
And of
Fluke in here.
course, Michael Caputo. Definitely.
King Q, we see you. My boy Fluke is
The
in the building.
mic report. Definitely in the
I mean,
building. Fluky as always. We see you, the mic report.
quick announcement before we move on. Everybody who ordered a shirt, y'all should have received y'all notifications today with y'all tracking numbers. Yeah, I mean, y'all should be getting them very soon. Darlene, You didn't put information for me to send your tracking number, but I'm gonna DM you your tracking number for your T-shirt. You know what I mean, and hopefully they make it to y'all soon and in good spirit. You feel me? But Mrs. Nix, talk to us. My bad. Are you muted?
She's muted.
You muted yourself.
There you go.
Nah, don't hear you at all. That's wild.
Well, she muted everybody. Somebody muted all of us, and then you have to unmute yourself.
Nah, that was earlier.
She just muted herself.
Hold,
she went out.
I can't forget.
But again,
I can't forget. I can't forget one thing though. Press like for your favorite panel. Sharing as always, Karen. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell. You get all notifications when we go live. Listen, man. Let me explain something to y'all. We've been saying it all year here at Knicks and Ish, and we're gonna keep saying it. This team is definitely built to play against the top teams in the East, and for that matter, any team in the league. It's just a simple matter of us playing our game, making our shots, and doing what we need to do on our end. That's what you people don't understand about this Knicks team. Now, imagine it's only year one of the team with Mikal Bridges, and look at what this Knicks team is doing. Look at the things we are doing. Amidst the controversy, amidst all the naysay about this team not being
Fuck
able
them
to beat
picks.
the best teams in the regular season. Yes, indeed, Knickerbocker, I agree. It is fuck them picks forevermore because they only got 8th pick anyway, so it doesn't even matter about that. That's number one. And number two, Mikal Bridges was worth it. And you seen it why tonight? Because wait, it was a lot of y'all Knicks fans that said, "Oh, let's get rid of Mikal Bridges because he can't make the shots when they matter the most." Well, guess what? Mikal Bridges was hitting them shots in this fourth quarter again, to the tune of 23 points this game, if I'm not mistaken. Cat also had a 23-point double-double in this game. And here's the difference in this game, you guys. And we've said it before, and I said it specifically. OG stepped up this game and contributed 20 points. You have 4 guys that scored 20 points this game. Okay? And this is how we've beaten teams successfully this season. Because our 4th guy match up better with most teams' 4th guys anyway. If you really want to be technical about it, all right. See, this is why sis is here, all right. You need to see those numbers because look at this here, all right. This is how we beat teams. You're getting what? What is that? That's 104 points from 4 guys. Am I not correct? 105. I'm sorry. That's 105 points from 4 of your starting 5. That is what we call the way the Knicks win games. You get everybody contributing. And I will say this, down the stretch, the defense was definitely there down the stretch of this game, especially from the mid third on the rest of the game, especially the Knicks defense was really putting on, forcing them into difficult shots, getting a lot of one and dones for Boston, so they weren't getting second chance opportunities, and limiting the fouls. You know, this was a key thing, and one ugly stat that kind of worried us because T-Time mentioned this. The free throw disparity got to us in the first half there. You know, I think it was to the tune of like what 15-4 in the first half, something like that.
For sure.
15-4 attempts. So again, the Knicks found a way to recover, even though we weren't trying to get ourselves to the free throw line, getting into the penalty, and the fact that they strayed away from the Hackimich strategy kind of let them know that Tommy T already had something for you anyway, even if you was gonna do it. So it didn't really matter if you did it or not. You know.
So, one thing about that happened tonight, the lack of foul calls for us kind of put that strategy out of reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they usually do the strategy when they like 1 foul away or 2 fouls away from the penalty, right? And shout out to JJ Jackson, you know what I mean? Testing the super chat. Appreciate you, homie. You know what I mean? But yeah. So as soon as we got to the penalty, Coach Tommy T took Mitch out. You know what I mean? Until after the 2-minute stretch. You know what I mean? And that's dope coaching for Coach Tommy.
Actually, I believe it was 2:41. He took him out well before that. He took him out at 2:41. I remember that. Tommy T got smart on him. He said, "Nah, I'm not even giving y'all the chance."
Yeah, because that's right when they got to the penalty, he took
exactly.
Exactly. But my fault, Mrs. Nix. I don't want to lose my train of thought, but I got you right after.
No, you good.
This is where the game was. You know what I mean? This is what was the determining factor of the game. Besides us getting them having 14 more free throw shots than us, right? Aside from that, aside for however well they were shooting from the 3-point line in the first half, offensive rebounds and all the second and third chances we were getting is what was the game. We made what 6 more less threes than them, but we also took almost 20 more shots than them on the game overall. And that's because of our defensive activity and our offensive rebounding. To me, that's where you find us winning the game at. And we dominated in the paint for sure. Yeah, I mean, doubling it points in the paint, 62 to 34. 32 to 64. That's where you find the game. But go ahead, Mrs. Nix. Yo, did you go?
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I was about to say.
I was saying before, bear with me because I'm super sick, so my voice is shot and I'm coughing a lot. So if I mute myself, that's why. I'm gonna start with this because I haven't been able to say it all series. 25 motherfucking assists.
Well, can I add something to that real quick? Kev asked me an interesting question, and I'm not going to take up too much time, right? Kev asked me to look up this stat, right? I believe when the Knicks have 25 or more assists, somebody could check me on this. We are now 43 and 14 this season when the Knicks have 25 or more assists. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry about that.
That sounds about right, and that's why that's my number. That's why that's my number. 25 or more. I kicked it up to about 27. We haven't been close to the 20s with the Celtics. So being able to do it today was great to see. Our guys all stepped up. This was a total team effort. From JB doing JB things to fourth quarter Mikal showing up big time saying, fuck them picks. Fuck them picks. What about my boy,
Mitch Robinson? I was just about to say.
Offensive rebounds. Huge rebounds.
That's 3 games in a row with 8 rebounds for Mitch, by the way.
And going back to like what you said, T-Time, how we used him perfectly and how he was taken out perfectly yesterday in our group chat. I said, don't we start Mitch to avoid the hacker Mitch because they're not going to get into super foul trouble early. And although we didn't start him, we used it exactly how I wanted it to be used. Put him in. They're not calling fouls on us. They're not calling fouls on them to benefit us. So use him as much as we possibly can. And really, we only really needed to have him out, 30 seconds? Because he was going into the 2-minute mark, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then mad love to Josh. Josh played like a fucking maniac. That's why he got into foul trouble today. But he played like a fucking maniac. And I love it because that's what we need to see, that urgency. Like when he comes out and plays like that after saying nah, that shit last game wasn't acceptable. That's what you do. You back that shit up with your game, and that's what he did. He gave them fits, and as much as people give their guards props, you got to show love to guys like Deuce for stepping up, Josh for playing like a maniac, Mikal doing what Mikal does. Like, it's almost like automatic. Like, it's almost like we have two clutch guys in the fourth quarter. Because when JB goes out, Mikal we don't miss a beat with him lately. And I love it. And he's shutting all these Knicks fans up with his game. You gotta love it. Cat played good. I love the aggressiveness. Because to be honest, nobody on their team can stop Cat when he's in the mid-range and he's going to the basket. Yeah. I love that he's not forcing threes and doing all that. He's super aggressive today, and I love that from him. They just made me super proud. I said after last game that this game was going to show what this team is made of, what kind of guts this team has. Because we could have easily bowed out and said, you know what? We'll see them in Boston again. But we didn't. We came out. We didn't let them get too far ahead. We stayed within a reachable distance, and we attacked when we needed to. And once we took over, it was over.
So much was made early in this series about, how poorly the Boston Celtics was shooting. And, everybody was saying if the Celtics start shooting, there's no way if the Celtics start shooting good and there's no way that the Knicks could keep up with them, they better pray that the Celtics don't find their rhythm. But guess what? They found their rhythm tonight. And what I was saying before was good. They found their rhythm tonight. And what I was saying before was we haven't even seen the Knicks play their best offensive basketball yet.
That's a fact.
Tonight was a really good offensive night for us. And you saw how we kept pace throughout the game and then effectively taking the lead because something else that I said that rang true tonight. When you shoot that many threes, you're going to hit spells when you go cold. And the Knicks waited for one of those dry spells from the 3-point line, and then we caught up and we pulled away. And that's the once. So that's the question now. Like for all the media sports heads that get up there and talk shit. Oh, if the Celtics start shooting threes at their ability, then the Knicks can't keep pace. What happened now? What happened now? Because that's exactly what happened. They still had their rhythm. Jason Tatum's absolutely going crazy from the 3-point line, and they still lost. And they still lost. You feel me? Because people forget that we were a top 5 offensive team in this league this season. And when the other guys around JB are aggressive and hitting these shots, we are super formidable offensively. And you see the way we've been playing. We played defense today. Against as much shit as I talk, we all know the Celtics is a really good team. We all know that. Nobody is going to front and say that we playing a bunch of bums. We know we playing defending champs. And look how when our offense is clicking, look how we keep pace. You know what I mean? But yeah, today was a good day. Oh, that's what I forgot. Yo, last loss was on me, right? I'm gonna tell you why the game 3.
You didn't have the shirt on.
I was at work. I had my
put it on under that uniform.
Nah, this shirt is too baggy to go underneath my uniform shirt. I'll be looking wild crazy. So, but tonight I got us right though.
You mean to tell me you couldn't have printed a white beater version and put it under your shirt?
Nah, this ain't even my shirt. I got this from in front of the Garden.
In front of the Garden, yeah. That's the playoff shirt.
Yeah, this is the playoff shirt. I got this from in front of the Garden, so I didn't even print this. This ain't even my design. Because I would have definitely had something more snug than this. But yeah, nah, my bad.
I had this. I made sure I went to Dick's to try to buy
game 5. Tea time.
What is it? Thursday? Wait, Thursday?
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Yeah, I work.
Okay, so you're going to have to do this. Cut them sleeves off. Wear that shirt, because I got another one. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Now, I'm going to find a way. For sure. Nah. And then,
Knickerbocker.
What's up?
You gotta give credit to Tibbs tonight as well. And I think he coached a solid game, even though Jason Tatum was making some tough shots, man.
He was.
Tough shot. And this is another. Oh well, we don't. He probably is not playing anymore. But this was going to be a complaint. Was good. This probably is going to be a complaint of mine. The refs got to start calling that push off, bro.
Facts.
That is the most blatant push off in the NBA, and he does it multiple times in the same play. Like every time he get contact, that arm is fully extended, and there's no calls. He's probably not playing on Game 5 because that's going to be his excuse why they lost. But yeah, other than that, Knicks in 5, man. You know the vibes. Yeah.
The crazy thing is exactly what King Q said. I can't wait to see how the media spins it, because they are going to spin it. They're going to spin it like crazy. They're going to say that, well, the shots didn't drop as much as they did, or you let JB go off. You let Mikal Bridges go off. Look, this is in sports and in life. No one is undefeated and no one goes undefeated. You're not going to play a team 7, 10, 12 times and win every single one of them. The Knicks figured out how to win game 1. They escaped and won game 2. They got their asses handed to them in game 3, and they came back and made adjustments, which is the one thing that most any Nick hater or Thibodeau hater would say, well, where are the adjustments? Well, guess what? The adjustments were made when they counted, when it's the most dire. Why are you going to make so many adjustments during the regular season when you have another game tomorrow? I mean, all I know is that right now we're sitting pretty. We're sitting one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals, and like I said earlier, the first time in 25 years, my son has never seen the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. There are young Knick fans that have never seen the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. This is going to be a chance, because when we close shop on Wednesday night in Boston, because now we're going to go 6-0 on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Tatum is not going to play. Jalen Brown is gonna have to carry the load. Him, Green, and him, White, and Pritchard are gonna have to carry the load. They're not gonna be able to, because now the defense is gonna be able to adjust to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? And even if they just so happen to escape Boston on Wednesday night with a victory, you got to come back here for Game 6. They still fucked.
Yeah. So, along lines with the media spinning again, I just went back and looked at the play-by-play, and Jason Tatum left the game with 3 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game, and they were down by 8. No, am I bugging? 7. My fault. 7. With all the momentum that Jalen Brunson had, is it a possibility that Boston could have probably came back and win the game? Obviously, there is. Anything's possible, right? But the likelihood, especially with the way JB was cooking, is the fact that no, they would not have come back. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the excuse, because they never want to give us no credit. They're going to be like, oh, but he had 40-something points. Who cares? JB had 39 and was cooking.
39-point double-double, in fact.
And you know what? They just hate New York, and we just need to come to grips with it. Everyone just hates New York, because the same shit we're doing Indiana's doing to Cleveland, and they not getting half the shit we getting.
Yeah.
And they smoking Cleveland.
And look, remember the video that we just watched, right? And Donovan Mitchell going to shoot a jump shot in warm-ups. And now you hurt, you can't play. When you already when your boots is getting smoked, their boots was getting smoked
all game.
Yeah, they was already down like 30 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now I'm telling you, there's some truth to that, man. And yeah, so yeah, I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear nothing. The Knicks, hell of a game, a hell of a response tonight, man. Because everybody wanted to talk about Boston's response in Game 3. They better have the same energy with the Knicks' response tonight. Because after getting, thrashed on their own home court in Game 3, then they come out and Boston was just as hot from three-point range to start the game and not hold your head, keep the game close. We went down as much as 15 at one point. And to stay in the game and not give up and let go of the rope, because if we keep this game close, we gonna win. That better get just as much respect. That better get just as much respect as all because that was killing me the whole time. The what ifs. Oh, what ifs? What if the Celtics did this? And what if this happened? Oh, well, the Knicks only won because of the poor shooting with the Celtics. That's why they had the runs. They was on fire tonight, and we still went on a similar run to win the game. What they gonna say now?
Yep.
What they gonna say now? And when we win this series, I'm saying it right now. I've been saying it, and I'm gonna say it again so all y'all can hear me. We win this series. When we win this series, we are going to be NBA champions. Ain't nobody stopping us. Nobody. I'm not scared of no damn Indiana and Tyrese Halliburton, because we was packing them up last year before OG got hurt. Packing them right on up before OG got hurt. And that was the and we didn't have Mitch. We didn't have Julius.
Cat. Yep.
Yeah, like, we gonna pack these dudes up. They don't have the one thing that the Celtics have that excuse me, is a bother us. They play hellified defense and they got size. Pause. Right? Indiana don't play defense like that, and they not that big in the front court. They don't cook these dudes.
And they not threats behind that three-point line the way Boston is. To be honest, our ride to the finals has been the hardest out of every single series in these playoffs.
Brian Windhorst even said it. He said it himself. The Knicks have drawn the worst luck in terms of that long 6-game series with the Pistons, this series against the defending NBA champion Boston Celtics, and whoever wins that next series, whether it's Cleveland or Indiana does close it out, we got to play them. And then, God forbid, who we play in the NBA Finals, whether it's Minnesota or it's Oklahoma City or it's Golden State or it's whoever. It's good. I mean, it's OKC or T-Wolves are going to be very tough in the finals. Yes, we know that. We absolutely know that.
This shit. We built for this shit, like Mikal said.
But we want that fucking smoke. We want that smoke.
I'm not impressed by playoff SGA. Playoff SGA has been playing like shit. And
watered down.
If he played
they almost got packed up yesterday. Denver gave them that fucking game.
If he played like that coming to the Knicks, they getting packed up early. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to be 30-point shade for them to beat us 4 games for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really not worried about. This was my only worry this series. I promise you, this is my only worry. And obviously we still got work to do. Job's not done, obviously, right?
And to be honest, T-Time, we still haven't seen the best Knicks basketball yet. Not yet in the playoffs. Not one game all playoffs, can you say, bro, we've seen the best the Knicks could play?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Correct
Yeah,
me if I'm wrong, but in every single Knicks victory in this playoffs, we've come from behind in all of them, haven't we?
Everyone.
Every single one of them. So, I mean, we already know that in sports, no lead is safe. But if you're playing the Knicks, you're leading. You better be leading by 50 because that shit ain't fucking safe.
Because we already saw a 20-point lead ain't safe. They done did it twice back to back and said, you guys haven't learned your lesson the first time.
Yeah.
But
Not only that,
one thing,
but that lead isn't safe against a great defensive team. Because you can, like Pete Thompson, you can't take away from the Celtics. They're one of the best offensive teams and one of the best defensive backcourts.
but you see what we've been saying all along, when you take control of the tempo of the game, right? These top teams thrive on having the tempo in their favor in the game. Okay. At the end of the day, it does not matter to me because if we're playing a slower paced game, it favors the New York Knicks. And I think everybody would agree with me up here on the panel with that because that's the style of game we play where we're the most successful. You damn right they go into Cancun, my guy. I know you're going to give me a phone call later after this live, so I'll be expecting that. You know what I mean? Was like I told you, they was
Cancun,
gonna get packed up. They
Cancun,
going
Punta
to
Cana,
Cancun.
Punta Cana, Cancun, Acapulco, wherever it's sunny and tropical and no one can find them.
If you in the chat, make sure y'all taking advantage of the super chat. Continue to support your favorite panel. You know what I mean? So we can keep on making this show bigger and better. You heard? But yeah, there's a lot of people that need to get checked on. Oh man, nobody. The crazy part, the way that nobody gave us a chance.
Not even to win one game. Not even to win one game.
Nobody gave us a chance, and for us to be up 3-1 right now is the most satisfying thing ever. Yeah, again, I reiterate, job not done, and I have the utmost confidence in this team to come into game 5 ready to handle business because they understand, and our captain understands what's at stake here, right? Yeah, you playing with house money, but you don't play with your food. You don't play with your food. And if Jason Tatum is as hurt as he say he is, he won't be playing game 5. And you have to smell blood in the water and be ultra aggressive. And all you got to do, stay home on shooters.
Attack Brown, get him the ass in foul trouble.
Wasn't we supposed to get swept?
We was.
But I'm a gentleman, so we'll do it the gentleman way.
Yeah, I remember, TNT Shaq, they ain't got a chance. They ain't got a chance against the Celtics. They ain't got a chance. Chuck. Oh, yeah, they ain't got a shot.
Shaq and Chuck.
They ain't got a shot. They ain't got a shot. Yeah, nah. Now what?
Even Stephen A. Flip-flopping ass.
Yeah, listen. He's
not even the Knicks fan to me. I took his pass already. He's done.
He's an embarrassment to all Knicks fans worldwide.
Big facts.
Talking about how we need to pray and all these other things. And I'm like, bro, do you not realize who we have on our team? Do you not, say what you want about our bench. Can't nobody fuck with our starting 5. Nobody.
Wait, can I add in real quick, please, T-Time? Just 2 seconds. And I quote, arguably the 2 best defensive wings in the NBA. They said it on the broadcast. No, they said that's how they said it on the broadcast. That's why I had to say quote. Because they said that's what they said on the broadcast the other day. But yes, I understand how you feel, sis. Right? But that's how they said it on the broadcast. I'm just quoting them. And yeah, they finally got it spot on for once.
Yeah, Wingstop for sure. You know what I mean?
Big Wingstop over here.
Yeah, I'm super, listen, again, I talk mad shit, but I'm not going to understate. I hate Jason Tatum's game. But he's super talented. Like, he is who he is. You know what I mean? Same thing with Jalen Brown. I hate his game, and I hate both of their hair for sure. I hate both of their hair, and I hate their game. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing wrong with balding if you Jalen Brown, but putting that what's the shit, the spray shit.
The black spray.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, putting that on the wrong
Crazy.
spot.
All
and then
that
going
gross
out,
shit.
yeah, like going out and play basketball with that shit on you. That's crazy. Jason Tatum, he don't understand if he want to have a curly fro, bangs. He don't know what he want to do. It's nasty hairstyles over in Boston, but they're talented. And what our two wing players have done is impressive, right? Is impressive. Holding Jalen Brown to only 20 points, and foul trouble did that too. Yeah, I mean, putting him in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Josh Hart did that. Thank you, Josh Hart, for being aggressive and attacking him in open space. Uh, and you know, Jason Tatum's a mismatch hunter. He don't want no parts of OG and Anunoby, for sure, because that's the difference between Jason Tatum and Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson would absolutely attack Derek White because that's who they put on Jalen Brunson and Holiday. He would absolutely attack them with no fear. Yes, he tried to get his mismatches as well, but that ain't gonna stop. Like Jason Tatum, he didn't get the switch off OG, and he's passing the rock. He's passing the rock, or he's trying to take a 30-foot three-pointer. He don't want no parts of OG. That's the difference.
You know what? This is what's crazy is that out of all, everybody on the Boston Celtics team, if you have to praise somebody for having some balls, Peyton Pritchard's the only one. He's the only dude on that whole squad that just don't give a fuck. He has no fucks to give. He will attack, and he's the only one because Holiday disappears from the offense. White, if his 3-point shot isn't dropping, he disappears. Jalen Brown, a pedestrian 20 points. Jason Tatum got it. He was cooking until he got hurt. Al Horford will only take a spot of 3 if he's undefended. I mean, Luke Cornett. I mean, really, who else on this team, do you really respect in terms of having heart other than Peyton Pritchard? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's the reason why I think I credit him for the reason why we got cooked in game 3. Yeah, I mean, I think we played hellified better defense on him today. Didn't give him as many open opportunities. Speaking of playing better defense, in the second half, I think we did a better job on Derek White. He hit 6 3-pointers in the first half, right? Or 5 or 6. I don't know, but
Something like that.
He finished with 6. Yeah, I mean, after that hot start, he finished with 6 3-pointers made. I think we did a better job of locating him on the floor, closing out on him, and that's super important even in the next game too. Yeah, I mean, because he's going to take more shots because he's going to get some of those Tatum shots, and we got to just stick to the game plan, man. Stick to the game plan and punish them on the offensive boards. Shout out to Coach Tommy T putting out the double big lineup when they went to their double big lineup. You know what I mean?
But can I?
Ain't no live detection, Frank. That's a fact.
Frank Fingers is a fucking. He's a fool, bro. You fucked up, but he's right though. That's a fucked up name.
I wanted to also add on something that I didn't get to mention before. Have you noticed something, y'all, that double high screen has actually been working to our favor this series? And that I've been mentioning before on previous lives, when you get that. But see, Tommy T's been giving a variant version. He's not giving you the double high off the wings. He's giving you 2 screens because he sees what Boston's doing with the switching on defense. So he's using one to run the man off just in case the switch comes from the second one. You understand? So it's kind of like a pick your poison type thing with that screen for Brunson. So it gives Brunson an option to say, do I feel like waiting off the first screen and moving off the first screen, or do I feel like waiting and then making my move after I move past the second screen?
Well, Boston doesn't really play much. I mean, after the first screen, they go for the first switch. After the second switch, they're pretty much lost. It's almost like they only practiced those two switches, and then they figure they ain't got shit left after that. I mean, if you still got, and fortunately, we have a point guard. Finally, after so many years, we've been begging for one. We have a point guard that has a decent, if not a magnificent understanding of how to control the shot clock, and that's why you don't see the Knicks get so many of those. When they get discombobulated, obviously, if guys are out of position, like Cat's on the wrong side, or Hart, just stumbles upon it, that happens. But if you realize this, how many times did Boston get caught for a shot clock violation in games 1 and 2? Mm-hmm. Game 3, they got maybe 2. Games 1 and 2, they had like 10 each. So that should just tell you something. The defense is different because the Knicks have 3rd, 4th, and 5th contingency plans, as opposed to the Celtics. They only count on the 2 because they already know that after the second one, they've broken down their offensive scheme. They're gonna hoist a 3-point shot at desperation. They're off to the races, and they can run their play however they want to, which is usually a 3.
So something else that was like to go along with Fraz was talking about the double screen. The way Coach Tommy T has us defending their double high screen on a defensive end and mixing up the bucks on that is fire, because I was worried about that. I was watching them doing it in game 3. I was like, that's a problem if we don't fix our coverage. Expecting it and having the second man hedge out, you know what I mean, and switch. That was the biggest thing, because they try to get Jalen Brunson or Cat. So that's the matchup they're looking for. So they put both of them in. But Cat understands that, like, I have a better shot at defending Jason Tatum than Jalen Brunson. So Cat usually tries to take the switch, you feel me, and try to save Jalen Brunson for taking the switch. And I think that is coaching. That is coaching. Mm-hmm. We don't want Jalen Brunson on Jason Tatum at all. At all. Even though sometimes I think, JB be hedging out and trying to get back to his man way too quick, which ends up leaving Jason Tatum wide open from 3-point range. But for the most part, I think we did a great job with that. Even though Jason Tatum had a tremendous game, he made a lot of tough shots, a lot of them over defense. Like, and
Layla called me. She goes, he think he's Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's mad funny. And his 3-point celebration is whack. That is the wackest 3-point celebration I've ever seen in my life. That is so corny. Pack him up. He's a cornball for sure. I'm happy to be sending him home. Corny. You feel me? Yeah. Coach Tommy T, man. I don't want to hear no more talk. I don't want to hear no more talk about Coach Tommy T, man. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
I think it's a perfect segue to go into the rant. You know what I mean? Because we already at this point. So hit the button for me, will you please?
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Hit the button.
Children, all you young kids should be asleep by now. But if you are, cover your ears.
How you say? How you say? Nah. We curse over here. Nah, we don't want to hear all that. We curse over here. I got some things to talk about. Yeah.
Hold on. Fuck Jay-Z.
It's the T-Town version.
Fuck Tatum.
You know what I mean? So check
Fuck
it.
Benzino.
Put this shit, Fraz.
Somebody find me the Mikal Bridges apology form, because a lot of y'all Knicks fans is out here talking wrong on this man's name about why he's not coming through with his shots, his defense. Well, guess what? This series against the top 2 wings in the league scoring wise, Mikal Bridges has shown up on both sides of the ball. And and as you heard him say in the media, he said we built for this shit, and he's showing y'all that we built for this shit. As you saw tonight, again, coming up huge in the 4th quarter of another game where the Knicks needed to close out. This is very important for us going up 3-1. Look at Mikal Bridges doing the work. Wet again, doing the work. All right. So I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all pens. Sis gonna print it out. We're gonna send the Mikal Bridges apology forms out to all y'all disgruntled fans who kept talking shit about Mikal Bridges. Get it ready.
And you know what I love? You know what I loved about that is that although they were killing us from the 3-point line, we played so smart. Instead of chucking up threes to try and match it, we scored points and we took over in the paint. And that's what we need to do. We don't need to panic and try and just shoot threes and hope to get back in the game. No, we need to get points on the record, and however we do it, they can't fuck with us in the paint.
Yeah, for sure. Because again, going back to what I said before, they're going to go on scoring droughts. They're going to start missing from the 3-point line. Like shooting 20 for 40 from the 3-point line is not an everyday occurrence. You know what I mean? It's not an everyday occurrence. They're not going to shoot that every night. You know what I mean? All you have to do is keep the game close. You keep on dominating the paint. We doubled their paint scoring tonight. 32-64. Doubled it. You know what I mean? And that's the game. Us getting more shots and being more effective in the paint. For sure.
Thank you, sis.
I need everybody played it. And we did 5 picks. 5 picks. This is what those 5 picks. This is why you do that. And again, I said seeing the Brooklyn Nets get the 8th pick today made my day. And then Mikal come and have a game like this. Oh, the joy in my heart. The joy in my heart. Because like Fred said, we got a lot of flack from all different kinds of fans, net fans included. Oh, thank you for the picks. I know
the media, everybody.
Fuck those picks. Fuck those kids. We trying to win now. We ain't trying to win 10 years from now. We trying to win now. And Mikal Bridges is playing winning basketball. You know what I mean? Playing winning basketball, making big plays. Yo, him in that 4th quarter, that was tough. Mm-hmm. That was tough. I was like, once the midi was going, and he's like, I'm just going to keep on going back.
He's telling dudes, clear out, move, get out the way.
Shooting over 7-footers, let's go. What we talking about?
No erratic threes were being shot. Like sis said, it was all about the mid-range and attacking the basket, like this is Knicks basketball, man. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
great. Mikal was 5 of 6 with 10 points in the 4th quarter. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did we say? Clutch points when the game is within 5 points and the time is 5 minutes or less. That is defined as I'm looking, clutch
I didn't even realize OG had 9 points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he did. He was for sure hooping.
Yeah, some clutch threes.
Yeah, listen, this was a complete total team win. I love what I saw tonight. About to pack these dudes up. In Boston. Oh, that's going to be so glorious. Oh, it'll be so glorious. Listen, when we win this series, I don't want to see nobody. I am going to see it because, they hate us. I don't want to see nobody telling us to calm down.
Nope.
They acting like they won a championship. We're going to act this way because y'all said we couldn't do it. 2 times. Y'all said we couldn't win. Y'all said we couldn't beat the Pistons. Got them out of here in 6. Y'all said we can't beat Boston. They about to be out of here in 5. And then watch when next series starts. They're going to talk about how great Indiana is playing and how we not going to be able to beat them.
Oh, wait, T-Time. Let's add in this one. Don't forget. Oh, the Knicks are 0-10 against the top teams in the East. Yo, ESPN, you could take your 0-10 and hold this series. Hold that.
No, you gotta bring out the Frank stand for that and tell them suck my dick.
No. It's coming shortly. Chips.
Yo, yo.
This is the segue to the.
They said we was 0-10 against the top teams in the regular
That's a
season.
fact.
But by my count, we 3-1 when it matters. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Time to open the Frank stand. Let's open the Frank stand up. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna save the Frank stand for when we win the series. I'm opening the Frank stand. The Frank stand is gonna be open when we win the series for sure. A whole bunch of SMDs going around. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I'm not on dad mode. Yeah, I mean, when this happens, hopefully we get it done when on Wednesday when I'm at work, where I can dip to the side and open up the Frank stand. You feel? That's gonna be something. I got an idea, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get like an apron and one of them vases. The Frank stand open.
I'm done, yo. I'm done.
That's a fact. But boom. Y'all know I gotta go to work in the morning, so y'all know what time I'm on. Y'all got anything else? We can start wrapping this up.
I think that everything you just said about what how the naysayers and the non-believers have been constantly going against us. I just want to say, fuck what you heard. It's our time. It's our year. We've waited 52 years. I've waited my entire life. My entire life. I am 44 years old. And the day it finally happens, not when we beat Boston, because I know it's a fait accompli right now. Yeah. Not when we win the Eastern Conference Finals, because that's a fait accompli too. When when Larry O'Brien finally graces Madison Square Garden in front of our fans, in front of our city, in front of this panel and every panel on every space and every show and every freaking platform. I said this on the Orange and the Blue documentary. I'm going to say it again. That day will be the sweetest day. Good night, everybody.
I got one more thing. All right. After game 3, Jalen Brown sat behind the podium. I don't know if I said this to y'all in the group chat, but he was like, yeah, you don't just beat us twice. You got to beat us 4 times, not 2, not 3, not 1, 4 times. I said, he done fucked up.
Yep.
Another one talking about 4 times, huh?
Because Jalen Brunson sees that kind of shit, and he's a psycho.
And their coach said some shit too, something about the dark side, like the dark side needs to come out.
JB is a psycho, right? I'm not saying he's the talent level as these two people, but I'm just saying the mental psyche. You can tell he's not big of a trash talker, but the mental psyche of Kobe and Jordan, those guys are psycho. They find things to fuel them, like, oh, you talking shit now. All right, now I'm gonna go drop 39 on y'all, and like, you feel me? Like that's what I love about JB. He's cut from that cloth. You feel me? He's cut from that cloth of
I'm gonna show you with my game.
Yeah, that and that level of psycho, because you got to be a level of psycho to be like, yeah, I'm mad now.
And don't never say it verbally.
Yeah,
don't ever say it verbally.
He just come out with that look, and he start looking like this over his eyebrows.
He's like, yeah.
I was like, y'all in trouble.
He's like, it's time.
Word. But yeah, yo, listen, y'all got anything else before I wrap this up?
Did we mention Michael Jordan becoming part of NBC broadcast for the NBA on NBC?
You said Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me say that again for you if you haven't heard. It has
Jordan
just been
here.
confirmed. Yes, Jeffrey Jordan. Let me explain real quick, T-Time, for you since you may not have heard. It has just been announced earlier today that Michael Jeffrey Jordan, yes, the beloved number 23, formerly playing for the Chicago Bulls, will be a part of the NBA on NBC broadcast in some capacity, shape, or form. Meaning
Fire.
he will be on shows, he will be giving analysis, he will be giving input. He's going to be a part of their broadcast.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Guess what, people? The NBA NBC is back.
Yeah. They they gave him a bag.
at least
Can I
40
sing it?
million. At
Can I
least
sing it
40
one time
million.
real quick?
Yeah.
Because if you grew up in the generation like we grew up, you grew up with this song all day, like
It's the NBA on NBC.
Yeah, good
facts.
The
stuff.
1994 NBA Finals.
I didn't want
Today,
to give you
Game
the
3 of
whole
the
verse.
Houston
There was no
Rockets and
point.
the New
You
York
just needed
Knicks.
Yeah, nah, for
the
sure.
beginning.
I'm
Good,
crazy.
that's
I'm
fire.
sorry. I'm
But
drinking now,
yes,
so I'm good.
Michael Jordan will be on in the NBA and NBC broadcast coming up this season. Yes, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, so boom, here we go. Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. Everybody in the comments, you already know the vibery. If you didn't do so already, make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go to the YouTube and press that subscribe button.
And get the shirt.
Yeah, we got you jumping in line, man. We getting there.
Get the shirt.
Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, go to YouTube, press the subscribe button, set the notification bell to all. You don't miss nothing. You know what I mean? And scrolling across the bottom of the screen is the link to the Shopify giveaway.
Higher, Brad. There you go.
The shirts is not up there yet, which I gotta do. It's t-shirt time, but yeah, t-shirts will be up there soon. But you get a hoodie, get you a mug, you get you a wine glass. You know what I mean? And we still got some Cap Bodega shirts available for purchase. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. We only got like 3 of those left, but yeah. So get you one. You heard? Thank y'all. We'll see y'all Wednesday. Fraz.
Hit the outro.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back the melody rap. If they gon' put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like Logic's ethnicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it.